Key workers out there, listen up. These tips could save your life. When you go into the shower, don't wash your hair with your head down. It'll get the germs into your eyes, nose and mouth. When you get home and take off your face mask, you can use these. After washing your hands, you can wet one of these with water, make it damp and wipe your forehead and your eyebrow. Not your nose, but just forehead and eyebrows. You can wash your hair whilst tilting your head back with the water coming from behind and blocking the water from reaching your face. Like so, like so, like so. You might be wondering, hey, why is this guy getting so worked up? Well, I'll tell you. For the last 3 months in the UK, all we've been getting for health tips is wash your hands for 20 seconds, sing happy birthday, and keep social distancing. But is that enough? No. So much for the everything will be okay. Boris Johnson is now in intensive care. He might have come out of it, but most people in his situation would have sustained permanent health damages, especially to their lungs. So what can we do to keep our health in tip-top condition and fit for work and fit to look after our families? I'll show you now in detail. Most of us, when we get home, we're just ready to crash on the couch and just let everything slip. But this is the most important part where most people fail and infect themselves. Remember that according to official guidance, droplets and contaminated surfaces are the biggest causes for infecting people. So the first thing that everyone knows would be to wash your hands with soap for 20 seconds once you get home. First thing you do before anything else. But we already know that. What else have you got? Well, here it is. Advice released by Hong Kong medical staff back in January suggests that we can use one of these cotton pads, cotton makeup pads, and wet it with water because we have no idea what kind of droplets we have been exposed to during a whole day at work. So before we even touch our face, we need to clean it, right? So these areas, even assuming that you have a face mask and a visor or glasses to cover your eyes, nose and mouth, your forehead is still exposed up to around this point. So what we do is we wet it with water, or even if a personal preference, it might dry your skin a little bit, but it's not gonna kill you. I use surface cleaner, spray it on here, not directly onto your face, but onto here, and then gently wipe. Just once, because you're not polishing a bowling ball, and then wipe your eyebrows as well. Not your nose, because you could breathe in droplets and stuff. Also because supposedly your flu mask is supposed to cover up to here, so you don't need to wipe your nose. And if you try to, during the course that you do it, you're going to pass through your eyes as well, and you're going to get droplets into here, which is not safe. It is actually suggested, and I think this would be the best approach of doing it. Let me just demonstrate. So let's just say you're wearing glasses and a surgical mask. So what happens is when you come back home, I guess you would wash your hands first with soap, and then my next step would be to take off my glasses. Clean the glasses, because supposedly your hands are now clean, right? Clean the glasses, take off your surgical mask without touching your face, dispose of the surgical mask, and then wash your hands again, and then do the step. And then wash your hands a third time. Because no matter which way you do it, you take off your mask first, or you wipe your face first, or whatever, you're gonna end up washing your hands twice or 3 times anyway. And some people might try to skim past this part by using wet wipes or antibacterial wipes, but if you want to be entirely safe, then those are the steps that you should take. Okay, lecture over, next part. So the first thing we do when we step into the shower is usually we turn on the water, and then the water hits us from in front or from on top. Is that correct? Well, what this actually does is it runs the water down from the top of our head down to our face, which means that any droplets that was on your hair, and may I remind you again, do not ever touch your hair like ever again, like during this whole period, because you never know what's in there. And you know, person next to you, behind you might have sneezed and might have gotten onto you and you never knew, and then you're like tussling your hair, and then next thing you know you're like, you know, touching your face, and that's it, game over. So the first step to my solution, which I think is the best way to approach this problem, is not to use the overhead shower head. Use the one with the handle. So imagine the shower head was in front of you like so, right? So instead of facing it and then letting it spray water onto you, just turn your back to it. So it would be like this, right? Kind of like diagonally coming down to the back of your head. And then tilt your head back, and when the water hits you, some of it might start to trickle down. So what you do to prevent this is hold your hand with this part of your pinky to block off the water whilst tilting your head back. And then adjust the shower head so that it actually performs properly. So you're stopping the water from actually trickling down onto your face, but you're successfully washing your hair. And then just do this, repeat this for the sides as well. And basically, like, this is like basic technique back from like hairdressing apprenticeship, because I'm a hairdresser. And that's basically how we learn to wash clients' hair without the water getting onto their face. So at least now I know that all that time working behind the shampoo bowl was not wasted. These are just some basic tips that most of us will already know, but for those who may have overlooked this, that's the reason why I publish these videos. And if it even helps one person, prevents them from getting ill, then that's all the reason I need to do this channel. So please give us a like if you found this video helpful at all. Leave a comment down below and let us know your thoughts. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell next to the subscribe button to turn on notifications so you don't miss more updates from me. I'll be doing a lot more in this series because apparently the medical news that circulates in Asia doesn't really get into Western media. So this is another big reason why I want to do this channel. And it's about time that we took the initiative upon ourselves to keep those around us safe and not just rely on our governments and get scared by the mass panic that the media creates without providing us with more extensive, viable and constantly updated preventive measures. So here it is until next time. Stay safe, stay motivated, and I'll see you in the next one. Fanta out.